Turbulence in the education sector stands to get a little more harsh over the next few days, with schools planning to cope with a walkout, a strike by CUPE members, 55,000 members across the province. The government saying that it is planning to keep students in school. It tabled legislation at Queen's Park today, or at least plans to table that legislation. Parents now have to cope with what could be an end of the week which could be problematic in terms of what's happening in schools. We came to the Duke of Connaught School in the East End. Here's what some parents had to say.
Sure, of course that worries me, but I also think people are entitled to a living wage.
Currently, I'm working from home right now, so as long as if it happens, I'll keep her at home and try to keep her entertained and go from there.
Mm-hmm. They definitely are underpaid and undervalued. So the strike would affect me because I go to work Monday to Friday, and it's like we've already come from a pandemic. I can't be sitting at home watching my kid.
You know, I work full time, and my wife, and yeah, it's not going to be. It's going to be difficult to manage.
The government saying that it's trying to be fiscally responsible and offering a 4-year contract. But again, the parents saying that online learning, if it comes to that, if online learning returns because of a disruption with classrooms, parents are not huge fans of remote learning.
She has a hard time just sitting in one spot and seeing all her friends on the cameras in the different areas of the different classrooms. It was really hard for her to sit there and not be able to be involved with actual interaction with children.
Students took a step back for sure. It was difficult to manage. Parents are at home trying to, if you only have one computer at home, the kids are trying to be on the computer.
What are we going to do? Just came from a 2-year pandemic. We can't just be at home again after inserting ourselves back into the work field.
Now, the last time the government and education workers were in this kind of negotiation, there was a last-minute deal at the very last moment. So there is always a possibility that if negotiations resume at some point before Friday, that there could be some form of a deal. But right now, parents facing the prospect of schools being disrupted and forced to scramble in terms of what to do with their kids who could be back at home. For the Toronto Sun, I'm Scott Lurie.